Today's material is how to make a good presentation. How is this material is relevant to our class, to our subject matter? Because presentation skill requires grammar, vocabularies, and also speaking skills to be performed. And today, we are not going to learn about grammar, present tense, simple present tense, present continuous, future perfect tense, or something like that. No, we're not going to learn about the structure, the grammar. No, we are not going to learn about vocabularies either. We don't learn about it by each word. No, and all we are going to do is try to learn some proper phrase or clauses in presenting skill, and it is included in the speaking capture. And in the speaking, in the presentation, it is also required grammar, vocabularies, and speaking. And in the presentation skill that I am going to deliver it to you, we will learn about grammar, vocabularies, and speaking simultaneously. Okay. It is really required because you're going to present your paper in one in the next following weeks. You will present your paper in English, your English paper about constitutional law. So I think it is important and really required for you to master the presentation skill. Okay, first of all, let me enlighten you the structure of the presentation. As you are already in the 6th semester, I think you already know that each presentation contains opening capture, the main course, or some of you may say it body, and then the closing capture. Each presentation, whatever presentation, it might be contain these 3 capture, this 3 part, this 3 structure, the substructure. Okay. We are now going to learn about the opening capture. The opening from your presentation skill, first of all, will be a salutation. Salutation means salam. As a Muslim, you might say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, or good morning, good evening, good afternoon, but do not say good night. Don't say good night, because good night, it also means goodbye. So it is not a proper phrase to open your presentation. But good night might be proper to close your presentation. So just say, if it is in the morning, to say good morning. If it is in the afternoon, to say good afternoon. If it is in the evening, to say good evening. But if you are presenting your paper in the night time, do not say good night. Just say good evening. Good evening is also used in the night time. So first of all, it must be salutation. It depends on what audience you will face. If it is a Muslim audience, just say Assalamualaikum. But if it is a general, maybe you can use good afternoon or the other salutation that might proper to your audience. And then the second is greeting your audience. You may say, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen." After Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we greet our audience for formal, informal audience, because we are going to have a formal meeting. We use it. Whenever it comes in an informal meeting, you may say, "Hi guys, how are you? Hey guys, how's your life? It's good to see you." That is how to greet the audience. The third is introducing your subject. Today we are going to discuss about. Today we are going to talk about. Today we are going to learn about. Just use one of these. Today we are going to learn, we are going to discuss about a constitutional law in Indonesia. Today I'm going to deliver about the Sharia and Constitution in Indonesia. That is how you introduce your subject. After that, the other example, I would like, or you might say, I'd like. It's the same. I'd like to share to you about the material of the day. It is about. Using present is okay. Using will is okay as well. It will be about, or it is about. I'd like to share to you about the material of the day. It is about the Constitutional Court. Number 4 is, do not forget outlining the structure of your paper, structure of your presentation. Such as, first of all, firstly, or for the first capture, I will start my presentation from. Just use one of these. First of all, or firstly, or for the first capture, just use one of these. Maybe after that, after the first capture, for example, you continue your capture to the second capture by outlining like this. Secondly, after maybe you choose this firstly, and then after that, the next capture will be secondly, or in second part, Or for the second, I will share. Tidak harus selalu talk. Saya jelaskan sedikit. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris kadang-kadang orang bule itu suka menggunakan vocabulary yang berbeda, a varied vocabulary for each sentence, even though the sentence might have the similar meaning. So sometimes they will use talk, sometimes they will use share, sometimes they will use deliver, sometimes they will use discuss. It's up to you. But for your knowledge, the foreigner people, Western people, for example, they like to have varied vocabularies, not a redundancy. You just repeat to use talk again. It is okay, it is right, but as their culture, they try something different. So as we learn about their culture using English, so just follow it the way they use it. Okay. And then, sorry, the next capture will be, you have 1, 2, 3 capture. So the third capture you may use lastly, firstly, secondly, and the third capture you may use lastly, or for the last part, in the last capture, you may use part. It is also okay. For the last capture, it is also okay. I will share. Nah ini tadi ya, tidak selalu talk. You might say share. You might say discuss. Use similar but different vocabularies. Okay, if you have 3 capture, atau jika Anda mempunyai 3 paragraf, ini contohnya kira-kira kayak gini ya. First paragraph, second capture or paragraph, the third or the last paragraph. That's number 4, outlining the structure of your paper presentation. Number 5, and not forget to structure about the question. After you complete to present your paper, after you finish to share your paper, don't forget to inform the audience about the Q&A, or instructor about the question. You have just like this. If you have some question, you will have the time in question and answer session afterward. I mean, right after the presentation time. Right after the presentation time, there will be question and answer time also. So it is something regular to be practiced in a presentation. That's all from the first part of my of the presentation skill, and then we will move to the next chapter of the presentation structure. It is body presentation. What is body presentation? Body presentation is the part where you deliver the core of your material. The point you want to deliver, the point you want to share with your audience, the knowledge you want to discuss with your friend. Those are delivered in body capture. So just explain it, just discuss it, just let your audience knows what you know. But first of all, in the body structure, you should applying the outlining structure. See, the outlining structure, the outlining structure. Firstly, secondly, thirdly, fourthly, lastly, for each outlining structure, you apply it in the body of your paper presentation. So it must your body presentation must be started with, first of all, firstly, for the first of my presentation, it will be just like that, applying the outlining structure into your body presentation, into your presentation body. And then do not forget, always connected to your audience while you explain your paper. Do not only focus on your paper, but also stay connected to your audience. Just like this. Sir, ma'am, are you with me? Apakah Anda masih menyimak saya? Apakah Anda masih mendengarkan saya? Does my voice is clearly heard by you? That is how to connect, to always connect to your audience. As I ask, hello student, are you still with me? Nobody with me? No response. Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes.
Only one who keeps with me, with my presentation. What about the other? I don't hear your voice. Where are you?
Hello, sir. Sir.
You're.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here,
I heard some of you responding me. That's great. That is how to connect, to always connect to your audience, to the student, for instance. And then, student, do you get my point? Or the other way, do you understood?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you understand me. Alhamdulillah. And when you try to connect to your audience and your audience is responding you, there is something maybe it kind of satisfaction, not really satisfaction. I mean, I know you hear me. I know you understand me. That's how to always connect to your audience. The third point maybe is try to deliver your material in proper media. I mean media, you may use Google Meet to deliver your presentation, using PowerPoint to visualize your presentation, and maybe you use the other device, the other application, the other media to accentuate your presentation. That's great. And then do not forget, deliver it in proper pace. What is pace? Ada yang tahu what is pace? Pace is speed, alias kecepatan. So it means do not deliver your material too quick or too slow. Too quick, maybe your audience will confuse. What are you talking about? And if you too slow, maybe they will ignore you. And just deliver it in a proper media and proper pace. And then try to always earn your audience attention. Ya, dapatkan perhatian pendengar Anda. So you might use this phrase. Pay the attention, please. Pay your attention, please. Pay attention. Loh Pak, gimana ini kok membayar perhatian maksudnya apa Pak? Ya karena it is given. Orang Inggris akan orang Amerika atau dalam bahasa Inggris akan bilang semacam ini. Just taken for granted. Kita manut aja. Pay your attention please. Sama kayak orang Inggris kalau belajar bahasa Indonesia, orang Indonesia bilang, Pak, saya pusing 7 keliling. Mereka akan bingung. What? Confused 7 around? What does it mean 7 around? Ya bagi kita ya kita tinggal bilang just pusing 7 keliling gitu aja. Tapi bagi orang luar, what? You confuse 7 around? What does it mean? Ya orang-orang luar hanya manut aja. Oh saya pusing 7 keliling. Sama kayak kita belajar phrasal verb sama frase-frasenya orang Inggris ya kita tinggal memahami aja berdasarkan culture mereka. Pay attention please. Bayar perhatian please. Nah, kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan ya intinya adalah perhatikan. Nah, jika keadaan kelas atau murid atau mahasiswa atau audiens kita sedang rame, crowded, full of noise, just raise up your voice and say, pay attention please, attention please, pay the attention to earn the audience attention. Nah, ini nanti silakan dari bagian Bari, dari sebelumnya juga dari bagian opening, Bari and closing. Try to practice it yourself at your home, and you will perform it when you have your time for presentation. For the third chapter, it is closing, how to close your presentation. First of all, you must conclude your presentation in solid sentence. Solid or in a brief or in solid, brief, in short. Just 3 up to 5 sentences. Do not too long to have a conclusion. So if it comes to conclude your presentation, just conclude it in 3 up to 5 sentences. It is solid, brief, and short conclusion. Do not take too long. For instance, how to conclude your presentation? In conclusion, to sum up, in a nutshell, to summarize, in sum up, that is the way how you conclude your presentation. Just choose one of them. Just one of them. Okay, try this in this sentence. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to sum up my presentation, it is blah, 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 blah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, you can rephrase and you can change this phrase using the one you choose. Or you may use the other sentences, the other sentence like this. In conclusion, I'd like to, in a nutshell, I'd like to summarize, I'd like to, in sum up, I'd like to sum up, I'd like to. This is how you conclude your paper. After that, sorry. You continue by saying your closing statement. This is crucial. You have to correctly say this. That's all from us. Thank you. Kalau orang Indonesia itu biasanya kalau closing statement-nya kan sekian dari kami, terima kasih. Itu kan kalau di bahasa Inggris kan kadang-kadang kayak gini. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for hearing us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Atau that's enough. That's enough. That's enough from me. Thank you. Nah, it is really, really Indonesian. It is really, really Indonesian. In English, you might use this sentence. That's all. I think it is enough. Saya pikir cukup. Saya rasa cukup. It is really Indonesia. Indonesia yang di bahasa Inggris kan. But in English, the correct way to have a closing statement is like this. That's all from us. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you. That's all. Cukup. That's all. Cukup dari saya. Terima kasih. Kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan. And do not forget to inviting the audience to the question and answer season. For example, we are now in question and answer season. Please let me know if you have a question for me. We are now in question and answer season. We are not in Q&A season. Sometimes you may say that. Q&A season. Please let me know if you have questions for me. Okay. After that, you just sitting down and waiting for the question from your student. That's all for me, and I'm looking forward to have question for you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.